Here's a really fun study that was done by Durex, and it was done on Nigerian kids. And the research found that 30% of Nigerian men are fathering children that are theirs. Nigerian women rank second highest on paternity fraud in the whole world. And guess who ranks number one? Jamaican women. Jamaican women have a paternity fraud cuckoldry rate of 62%. You're more likely to get someone else's kid than your own if you're banging up a Jamaican girl.
A mother who have tricked a man based on the scenario or the reports, giving him 6 jackets. What penalty do you think this lady should face? Should it be treated as fraud?
Straight to jail.
And who take care of the kids? But who take care of the kids?
Welcome to the Kommon Cents Podcast. My name is Jackson. We have our intelligent co-hosts here with us, Q and Witta the Legend. Welcome, and hope you guys are having a wonderful year. Why January kick off wicked, you know, a lot of only for excitement, you know.
That is it.
That is it. How you doing, Witta?
I'm doing great. You know, we're alive. We live to see another year. So, you know, and the vibe and the energy of, you know, Kommon Cents Podcast is been spread and people loving it. You know what I mean? So it's all about the good work. I want to shout out to 4BD. I'm representing 4BD tonight. You know the fashion thing. Bring the artist swagger night for a while. That is it.
For real. Q, where's that going on?
Well, we just giving thanks. It's a new year. Looking back on last year, we just want to give thanks to everyone, you know what I mean, for supporting us, believing in us. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, for real. Yeah, well, we've got quite a few new subscribers. So welcome to the new subscribers. Continue to like, share, and subscribe if it's your first time. Welcome, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and the like buttons in, and make sure you leave a comment as well. I noticed the comment them, you know, them kind of spicy the last time. So continue to leave your comments as you see we'll respond and say what's up in the chat there. All right, so what's going on tonight? We have a very interesting topic, and I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one, but here goes. Should the Jamaican government make DNA testing mandatory for newborns? Man, that's a tough one, but let's see. Should the Jamaican government have a mandatory DNA test for newborns? Q, talk to us. What do you think about that one?
No, the Kommon Cents family, them are listening, you know. But
Absolutely.
I would say no. We have more important things that they can use the money and do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it's not going to be a popular response, but I definitely think they should.
Yeah.
Family is the core. Family is the core of any country. It starts within the family, and it's all about the principles of a family that governs a country. So, if the family is right, then all should be right.
All right. Well, I like it. So, for me, I think, yeah, definitely. You know, mandatory DNA test. That's definitely where I'm putting my hat tonight. But let's jump into it and, you know, see if we can figure out what is the common sense way to take care of this. So, just gonna ask a few questions and let's see where we end up. Who wanted the first question?
Let me take a drink first, huh?
All right, so you wanted the first one? All right, nothing wrong with that. All right, so would it be better to resolve paternity questions early rather than, letting them fester and potentially harm the child?
As I opened just now and said in my open statement that families are poor, and that's where it starts. And when you have that stability, that honesty amongst the family and principle, then it will then foster over to the, different issues that govern the country. So, as I said, I think it definitely has a lot to do with that
Yeah.
as it relates to creating that clarity. I mean, the children, the children are our future. So we want to make sure that we provide them with the not just financial stability, but emotional stability. I mean, that sense of security for them to grow and prosper effectively in such atmosphere like today.
And so that's good, but kind of flipping it over to the next side. I'm gonna jump to Q and then come back to you. But Q, do you think that when you have a mandatory test, it could undermine the trust between the two partners, the mother and the father, or the husband and the
Well,
wife?
if it, even though I say I don't believe it should be mandatory, if it's mandatory, then there's no trust issue. They must do it regardless, right? However, the reason why I say it shouldn't be mandatory, right, is a case where we have more pressing issues in the country, right? We have a lot of fathers who not even be fathers.
Wow.
And just a look excuses not to be a man will take up a responsibility. So that is one of my reasons. But we can go on and on, but we don't want to take up the whole podcast about that. So if any man will listen to the podcast, we're not try to shield no, because enough man love most, not all, but a lot of man run from them responsibilities and say, "Oh, am I pitting?" The first thing as a woman say them pregnant, and am I one? I look for a little shield, I look for a little shelter.
Yeah.
For that little short space of time. Right? Now,
So-
man for be man and take up on a responsibility. Yes, morally, it's wrong for a man get a youth on a fee. Right?
Jacket.
Exactly. But at the same time, if you never got trouble wouldn't trouble you.
Wow. All right. You never
And
trouble
if
you.
you
So,
raise a youth, me believe say, if you raise a youth for 15 years, 16 years, and you find out say, and you're a biological youth, a year youth, because as well with us a family, and nothing can change that, right? So you grew up and you say a year youth, that you grew up and say, and them father. Now, what is a family? Family is a group of people related by blood, marriage, or adoption. So basically, just adapt the youth there for never year old.
So
A lot of people have disagree with me.
you're saying they can adapt, but at the same time, that is up
They
to
did
the
already
person.
know it, but if you take care of youth till 16, 17 years, you already did it. But you just never know.
Okay, but on the flip side of it, right? Sometimes these jacket situation, or we want to call it paternity fraud situations, have turned out to work out for the best because they grew up in a great home where they have a father that is caring, loving, and financially stable. And the flip side of that is, they would be like a third wheel in the household and possibly cause the relationship to end.
Here the thing is now, you hear what I just say? Stable. Why a woman will give a man a jacket? Because I'm more
There are
financially
many
stable.
reasons. Many
No,
reasons.
the main thing is because he's more financially stable. So
That is the main thing, but many reasons.
yeah, but me I give my opinion on that, if I may. One of the main reasons is because he's more financially stable. And a lot of males in Jamaica, not all, but a lot of males take my hat off to the man them will stand up to them responsibility. Big enough. But you have a lot of men run from them responsibilities. And females tend to give man jacket because they're scared and know that man they probably not go do it.
But I don't want you to be victim blaming on the show, you know. 'Cause it sounds like you're victim blaming now.
Not really
Oh, if you remember the video that we watched earlier, we saw earlier on the podcast here. It is surprising to see that the Jamaican uh paternity fraud case happens. It's allegedly
I was waiting for you to
68%.
ask what I have to say so I could
No,
relate
man,
to
me
that.
I got ask you, man, but it happens
I'm waiting
68% of the time.
some patience.
So hold on, man. So Wita, I want you to take that point and then Q. Me want you to answer that part too. But
you have
Wita, go
an
ahead.
answer now?
No, man. Wita, go ahead. Can you just get a time for DJ? So
What
Wita.
Yeah, man. So Q, I support what Q is saying as it relates to taking responsibility. Um, but this is not just responsibility, and I want to look at responsibility. Responsibility is owning up to something that is yours, right? Owning up to your wrong or your right, right? Correct? Now, if this survey was done and it stated that 68% of children are given quote unquote a jacket situation, that would mean that it shows the ladies are not holding up to their responsibility. Let me take it a little further. Let me take it a little further. When a mandatory DNA is set up, now by law, the law will be able to carry out and penalize even more. So if these fathers who a test was run, a test was set up and they are the official father of the child, then there are a lot of rules and regulations or stipulation the company can use to govern this matter if these quote unquote fathers will turn out to be the right father of the child to make sure that they follow their responsibility. But if we are running out here like wild, wild west and everybody pointing finger on each other, then we are not having a solution. We are having a dilemma. And part of the solution is to make sure that we can give accountability. A country that can give accountability is a country setting up themselves for success. So this is one of the elements, our stipulation that is placed, a mandatory DNA to start it there. But I'll explain a little bit more as I go in, or as we go along.
You want to respond to that?
So that's with that opinion. Can't go wrong with him opinion, right? And some of it as well is based on the numbers when doing research on, and that is facts, right? However, what we now look upon is we look upon the problem. Part of the solution is man to own up to them responsibility. Why the woman them want to give a man a jacket? Because she feel like him not gonna own up to him responsibility. No.
Okay.
No. Is it right? Is it the right thing to do? No. But a woman naturally think about the best interest for their child and not the best interest for the man. No. This is what happened, right? In Jamaica is two things. A lot of people get jacket, a lot of man not take care of them youth. Right? It's two sides to the coin. So a woman in fear feel like said the man now own up to him responsibility. She feel like said she need to give him to a man where I got own up to him responsibility. So what I'm really saying is two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
But me really feel like before we go have child or before we go lay down with people, we have to know who we have a certain responsibility ourselves. Certain things you can't put on government. Right? Now, use protection right? That's the first thing. So you protect yourself not only from child, but from any STD or any other thing out there. First thing. Now,
Yeah, me can ask you a quick question.
go ahead.
Are you a Jamaican?
Kommon Cents family. Am I Jamaican?
No, because I said something a while ago. Me really have to ask you because you say, them fi saggle up and but say that's how Jamaica work and one part I
No.
know that's how
Me not
Jamaica
in
work.
the man them, but me not in the thing where the man them a brag say, they have 6 feet and them take care of none of that.
Yeah.
They're against that 100%.
But the results will show that, all right, for example, on this podcast, if it's 68%, that will show that the Jamaica have the most unfaithful women. If we are number one, because the 68% is a jacket. Not only that, there's three of us on this of the podcast here. So if it's 68%, chances are two of us are a jacket. Out of the
Jaja.
three. So I wanted to look at that when you're quoting your different argument, Q.
Hear what I said to you. Family are family and nothing can change that, right?
Yeah.
Family is a group of people related by blood, marriage, or adoption. Right? So my thing goes out and say this. Maybe the same little youth where might not be the youth. Maybe him come take care of the man where wasn't him father. But we now go the maybe thing. What we are looking on, what me strong on might have drift from the point where we ask me. But
Yeah,
my
'cause-
thing, I still stick to what I said. The man them put a fear in the woman, so them are gonna run away and don't take care of the youth and go brag say, oh, me have she. The 6 of them get pregnant, he might do a minimum wage job. Where
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're saying wrong. Make right.
if you let me finish, I'll tell you what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's ask them.
What I'm saying is financially, you work in a job where you can hardly take care of yourself.
yeah.
Why you think you need to go breed 6 women?
So and I'm gonna ask this question. You can give me a one sentence answer, right? Do you think if there was mandatory DNA test done at birth, wherein these persons or a person like that has 6 baby mother and a breed out the place, when know say when that baby born, the DNA test is gonna be done, that is gonna prove conclusively that he is the father of that child. Do you think that would be a deterrent?
Sound like a Murray show.
You are the father.
So,
But do you
here
think that
my
would be a
thing is.
deterrent? Yeah.
No, here my thing is. Who will pay for that? The taxpayer money I used to pay for that. I believe the
You
taxpayer
can
money.
answer my question with a question.
No, me gonna answer your question.
Yeah.
Me gonna answer your question. What me I try to say is taxpayer have better thing to do with them money. That are the first thing, right? So trade school, use the money there and open some more trade school because that's why we have so much brain drain in the country. Because me believe say we are focused, we are major part. Me now say that is a minor thing, but you them now have no trade out there. Forgot art and them school there right now. It's not as easy as back in the days, right? More while in a life, you have to buy it and blow. You can't just a blow.
Bold up.
Me never say where you have to buy it, you know.
Gotcha. All right, make it a point, but all right, so with that, talk to you, I don't know, because all right, so Q make a point that the government have better things to do with their money, right? So I was just checking the average cost
No,
of a DNA
as a
test.
Jamaican, let me put some clarification on that.
As a Jamaican, all right,
as a Jamaican, the government have better things to do with the money.
So with that, talk to me now. So the average cost of a DNA test can range anywhere from about $200 to $300, right? And this is at home DNA test, not the one that I do at the doctor. That one is probably a little bit more expensive. So the average cost is about It's about 200. Let's say about 200 USD, right? All right.
Mhm.
So, each time the government does that, it's gonna cost approximately 200. Could be a little bit more, right? Because if it's gonna be done in a hospital, then central lab and all of them things, they probably cost a little bit more than that. You think the government has the capacity to pay for that right now?
Right now, I hear both make a post on I think it's X or Instagram that he still haven't gotten his 12. How much? I think it's 2 billion. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of money uncounted for. A lot of money, and I'm not pointing finger on a specific government. You understand? There are a lot of money uncounted for when it comes to the government. So probably some of those money that is uncounted for, taxpayer money, they
Yeah.
can use it to good use. You understand? And if I said earlier that family is the core towards success. So if you're able to balance family life and the morals, because right now in the society, you know, these young youths, they don't have any morals, you know,
Yeah.
right? And if you're able to focus on family, because in the olden days they said it takes a community to raise a child.
Yes.
So I want you to look on that powerful notion. So that and again we said the children are our future. So if we focus on protecting them, and again I said this is about the child. This is not about the mother who feel like why we have to choke the card and get the money because he's more financially stable. This is not about the man. This is about the child. We have to make sure because I've seen many cases, you know what I mean? And I see there's an article that came out where they say a famous entertainer and a sports person, you know what I mean, was doing some paperwork for their little one and find out that they have been fathering a child that is not theirs biologically. And you know, they are now trying to look into enforcing this. So with a lot of times you have men lose their cool and kill the entire family. So I'm talking about setting up things and not to discuss what if or say you wrong, me wrong, so it will have it right. I'm talking about setting morals again and make people know that hey, Jamaica do stand for morals and we won't accept certain things. You understand? So that's where I go to it. The government have a lot of accountability as least taxpayer money that is not settled. So if you're using it for something good, thumbs up.
Okay. So on the flip side, Q, um, I don't know if you noticed, but the Jamaican birth rate is not, I don't know if it's at an alarming rate as yet, but a lot of countries are struggling with that. The US is one of them, and they use immigration as a way to fill the gap. Same thing with Canada, low birth rate, they use immigration to fill the gap. Now, as far as I know, we don't have a lot of persons trying to migrate to Jamaica to live. So, with the birth rate being as low as it is, do you think that if the government were to implement something like this, it would further diminish the birth rate because it would deter people from having kids, especially when they know that, you know, it's questionable?
Very, very good question.
So, Jamaican man known as Gallus. Government never teach them that.
And I guess.
Eh?
As
Until
a
them,
Jamaican,
Yes,
a
a
and then
Jamaican
until
man
them,
a
until
gallus.
them,
Because I said me and a
until them,
gallus, so continue.
until they're
man,
married,
very
until they're
faithful.
married and settle down, right? How
No,
come
sir. I'm not married as yet, and I'm not a girl.
All right. With a few minorities over there. If you check the dancehall fraternity, right? Them sing more Gallus.
Yeah.
Right? Now, one of the thing is, I believe, instead of focusing on, yes, those things are not right, morally right. But I think what we should be doing is educating the nation.
Yeah.
Because a plumber, right? Been in a bathroom, a 5x6, for a house will build already. Even build that one bathroom, you can take him 1 or 2 days and he can get $50,000. Right?
Yeah. That's true.
So what I'm saying is, how hard is it for you to learn a trade right now?
So
Yeah, for God heart now you have qualifications. Back in the days, you'd have trade man. Where once you discover say a youth might not so articulate in certain areas, right? Him go learn a trade. That used to be with culture. Who used to have the most kids? Trade man. You know why the woman wouldn't deteriorate from the trade man and say, yo, me not give him the youth, him can afford it.
Yeah, financially stable.
Well, it might not be financially, it might not be financially stable, you know, but he can do the one bathroom and he can get each of them a little change. Now, the situation that we're having is the man on the corner and have no trade again. So he can't be a man. So here we are going.
Yes. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect you because you sound like you're insinuating a lot of things here, and I don't want to.
About Jamaican men, yeah.
Not just Jamaican men still, but him said trade man. So hold on. We just take a little segue, but so we are trying to say no, the trade man them have enough woman. Trade man still in Jamaica, you know.
We're not going to pause and give you some clarity on that thing.
Yeah.
As I said before, most Jamaican men, take out uno type. Most Jamaican men is known as a gallus.
So out of the three on the call, two are in a gallus. All right, continue.
No, uno say uno a gallus. Uno say uno a gallus.
No, man, you say what you say already, man. You can't remote.
All right, it's in a most Jamaican man to be a gallus, right?
Yeah.
No, when you're a gallus, how baby born? By the man being a gallus. Right? So what I'm saying is this. Instead of focusing on DNA tests, that is part of the problem. How about focusing on trying to provide more trade school so each man on the corner can provide better for his family?
Right.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Because as you said before, right? It take $300, $200 to $300 to do a DNA test. For God, trade school take less than that.
That's one way to look at it. Wita.
I don't think it takes less than that to go to trade school, but
I mean, I think he's talking about the cost to sign up. So, like, if you're going to a high trust or something like that.
No, I'm not talking. No, what I'm trying to say, we need more facilities. Let me just put some clarity on that. What I'm saying is, we know about Archers NTA.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we can make others because it's a little bit difficult for an average individual to go to heart.
So, got it. Wita, I give you a piece of the same question now. So, question again is, based on the deteriorating birth rate in Jamaica, don't you think that your plan that you have to put mandatory DNA tests in place is going to dampen or further impact the birth rate in Jamaica? Because now the mother them, instead of waiting the 9 months and pay the $200 for the paternity test, them are gonna use that $200 and get a plan B, as them call it. I'm gonna do one of them thing there, right? So that's gonna further impact. So how do you think that's gonna help Jamaica as a country? And do you think that's probably why they're not doing it?
Good question. Let's look on the fact that as it relates to the birth rate, they said one of the things that can damage a country if a country is overpopulated, more people and less resources.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we don't have enough jobs. As a matter of fact, these young people don't want a job anymore. They're focusing on TikTok.
And
And
the begging thing, okay.
I won't go there. I don't want them to attack me. Them very influential because artists are not stars anymore now. TikTokers are stars now.
You're making an honest
True,
income.
true.
So I would say,
Allegedly.
well, I'm not touching that. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if we are able to, all right. So you have about say 2.8. Don't quote me. Million people in Jamaica. And you have, say, for example, 1.8 migrating to the US, and you have the other going to UK, over a million going to UK, and then you have over 800,000 going to Canada. This is happening because a lot of opportunities are not there, and that's why I said to you, if we can make sure that we punch in these morals and rules and regulation to govern the country in a better way, we'll get more results. And one of them is making sure that we hold people responsible. We hold the fathers responsible. We hold the persons who give the jacket responsible. We hold the murderers responsible. We hold are the grapists responsible. Every action has to have a form of consequence. We cannot run a country where we are saying that let it justify itself, there's no consequence. So I do believe by setting that, we'll, yes, probably control the birth rate and we'll be able to manage what we have here currently and make sure that we create enough resources instead of having all these kids throwing around to many money more who is a father. And before you know it, we have a country that is struggling financially and joblessness, murder, you name it.
Appreciate your opinion, sir. But just want to give you some statistics here. So in 2020, in 2000, year 2000, right? The birth rate in Jamaica was 2.3, right? Right now, it's 1.3. So what does that mean?
That's good.
That's good? Okay. So how many persons does it take to make a baby?
How much percentage are getting jacket?
Hold on, man. We soon come back to that. How many persons does it take to make a baby? Take 2, right? So if the birth rate is not above 2, it means that the 2 persons are not being replaced. For every 2 persons, 1.3 born.
And why are they migrating to different countries?
But that have nothing to do with migration. Migration, yes, migration adds to that, but at the same time, persons are not being replaced. The people that are having kids, they are not being replaced. So what is going to happen?
Right, so
Those jobs that you're talking about. Hold on, man. Let me talk now. The jobs that you're talking about, right?
If you're saying that more kids need to be born, that's good. But make sure they are given to the right parents.
Yeah, I'm just saying what we're suggesting or what you're suggesting, because I'm suggesting it too, may actually cause future repercussion where we don't have a workforce to replace the dying workforce, and that is an issue that Canada and US is having. Why they keep having to migrate people into the country to replace the people that are getting old and getting out of the workforce. So I feel like if this is going to be implemented, there has to be a two-pronged approach where, yes, mandatory DNA because, father needs to be with them child, actual father, or if you're going to take your child that's not your child, then you need to know that and, kind of have that type of mindset going in. But on the flip side, I think something needs to also be done to encourage having more than than China this way. We did have one child policy. We need a 2 or 3 child policy in the country.
Until we solve that 68%, we don't want other situation to a situation. That's all I'm saying.
True.
It's simple maths.
Yeah. No, you make a good point. But let's take a quick break and then we're gonna come back and have some more exciting conversation about this topic. So, common sense, make it make sense. Q, you good?
We are listening, we are reasoning.
Like a soldier. right, cool. See you in a few.
MP declares war on jacket giving. Leroy Clark pushes for birth DNA testing law. Amid shocking claims that an entertainer and a sportsman last year found out that they are not the biological fathers of the children they had been raising, a Jamaican lawmaker has vowed not to relent on his pledge to make DNA testing mandatory at birth to determine paternity. There are a lot of women against this, and of course a lot of women are saying, yeah man, this is the right thing to do. But for those who are against this, you know to others it says a lot about you.